Dude, I'm trying to figure out. I want to know what what is it about America, at least, right? If we stick it to something simple, right? About the criticism of less. Like, people go through things, people have hard times. Some people choose to live a life that they want to live, no matter what it looks like to the outside. It's odd to me that even though, and it seems like it's an insecurity of some kind, which, I mean, if you were to catch it in the times that you catch it, you realize that most of the things that you do are more run off of insecurities and traumas and things that, no matter how small you may think it is, I just do that thing. If you don't have that to know, oh, that little bit is something. When I was a kid, when I'm too afraid, where I feel too criticized, and I don't have a way to stay above it all, moonwalking on the waters, you know what I'm saying? If I can't stay above all that, of what I feel, of course, it goes into, I'm seeing the failing to maintain the more that you acquire. People that really go through the thoughts that have less, maybe it's not purposeful, but the ones that choose to have less are looked at as downtrodden, poor, lowly transients, people that don't have it. But the wealth of knowledge that you have in your mind, going through situations where you don't want the big fancy whatever, the nice shiny new whatever, there's no soul. The people that made it ain't got. That's why I make the videos about. It's like, who is behind what happens, cause like, or what is produced, because you can have, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's nothing to fulfill you. And the people that think or say that, and maybe, but most likely, like I say, those people, and you have to be aware enough, cognizant enough, those people were meant for those things. Somebody made a Lamborghini, somebody made, Audi, somebody made something, right? A certain brand. Somebody built a certain church, somebody built a certain whatever, you know what I'm saying? Those people will gain energy from it because that is something that they've built, they've done, they do. That's what they do. They will gain all of the energies from the whatever signs and how you move and the way you talk, your ways of going about life, right? They will have it. And so it fills them up because it's for them. You drop somebody from some hot country, and put them in some cold, is that energy is going to be taken away from them because the sun ain't there, the nice clean dirt ain't there, or you know what I'm saying, or mud or whatever. It's not. You can switch it. They maybe need more ice. They maybe need that cold. Something simple to make it, make sense of, like, people see these people that don't seem to be supposedly making it in the world, but they're not stressed about having to pay $1,200 for something. Ever. Like, there is such a thing, and people still have not caught it. Keeping up with the Joneses. Living beyond your means. And they don't look at that as intelligence, as knowing, okay, I can see this world for what the hell it is. I don't have any wants or reasons to have to participate with it. Some points, some things here and there, maybe yes. I am in a vehicle. I have to find some ways to get a stream of revenue in. I don't want to die, early because I couldn't sustain myself in ways. These are natural things to want to, okay, cool. But, oh, well, I ain't, and he ain't, and she ain't got, and I ain't got what he ain't got, and he ain't got what I don't want, and what he want is what I don't have, and here we go, right? It's like, it's that weird rigmarole, bro. It's the weirdest thing where it's like, what? But what does it do? And you know deep down, and at least I would like to think that if they really are just that far gone within this mind frame, deep down you have to know. Yeah, I'm draining myself. Yeah, I'm not happy with what I do. Yeah, I don't like this thing. Yeah, it's way too expensive. Way too much stuff. Way too much space that I don't know how to use. That I can't get someone to go occupy. There's no reason even for them to do it. There's so much stuff and so many things that I can't keep up with. My spirit has to track all this. And that's what people don't get, and it gets weird. It gets scary because it's like people go, I don't know, and they go, well, what is it? It's got to be the person next to me. It could be, but they don't look at themselves in that they produce the things that they see around them. Center focal point, the focus point, right around you. You can touch it, right? Is it yours or theirs? Who built it? Who did it? And if you don't look at it this way, it's like your spirit produced that thing, this experience, this circumstance, this situation. You and the people, so they know what's theirs and you know what's yours, but this is the point, it's not about them. So it's like, you know what surrounds you and is around you. You know what it is. So you know what you've accumulated. You know that at least you would think, right? Some people... But that's what I'm saying is this weird spiritual battle where it's like this more, me, mine. I need to have, I need to have more. Or I'm going to criticize the people that know this is attached to me, my spirit, my mind, and how the way I speak is even like if I rearrange and take care of and move out, my speech and my mannerisms change. I'm not going to be the same person I was off rip because I don't have the same things around me. That clutter there, oh man, that frustration because I don't know why, but somebody need to take care of that big old pile of stuff that I ain't got to worry about, but I'm frustrated about it every day. You need to go, somebody, please. It's like, or realize that you've accumulated too much and you didn't need all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need 3 hots and a cot, bro. Work from there. Now, if you think you need way more than that, why? I'm ready to support myself off 3 hots and a cot and not a whole mansion I know I can't pay for. I got $5. You know what I'm saying? I got $5 and I want a whole mansion. I want the top of the line everything, and I know, you know what I'm saying, that there's no process to it. I just find it weird because people will put it's a weird vicious cycle that people will put themselves in because somewhere along the lines those criticisms will take over, and if that spirit and mind is not strong enough to be able to take these criticisms, it's going to continue to bleed out and work, do the cycle. So it's weird to me, right? So you're doing, and that's why I was like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? You're in debt. Some people say it's good to be in debt. I question it. Maybe a small debt, $10. That's huge. I owe somebody $10. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot to deal with. Okay, that's some good debt. But I got a better chance to be able to pay off $10. So the stress levels are way, way lower. I'm not gonna put myself in super high stress moments. Like it's just like, dude, unless you love the cancer, you love the stress, the hair falling out, you love the fights, you love if that's what you into, If you love all that stress, drama, stress is going to come. Drama's going to come anyway. You keep moving forward in life, people are going to find something to hate you about. You know what I'm saying? Or something, whatever the case may be. But you're doing more damage to your body and soul. Like, don't you trust? And that's how don't you trust? Don't you have faith with your work that'll get done? I was thinking about how people like also, I seen, people working on the farm and doing all this stuff. And I get that you want to do a lot of work, but don't you trust that you have children? Don't you trust that you have a family? The reasons maybe why you don't have that trust is because you didn't have that trust. You don't have that trust. And you think, I'm going to do it all. I'm going to work my fingers to the bone. I'm going to not enjoy, appreciate in the time that because I like to, I love when I'm in a good, good space and I'm working and I'm doing something and it's fun and everything's cool and but it's an enjoyment because I can like do a lot. The pump is awesome. I love to like move. Not everybody can do a lot of strenuous work and still, so it's like for me when I actually get a chance to have that energy and use it, it's fun. But to drive myself into the earth every single day doing something I don't want to do for somebody I don't want to be around, all this other stuff for some money that I'm gonna so don't you have the faith with the work that you put in? Yes, you put in solid work, and that's cool. But you don't have any faith that that money will find a way to produce itself while you're sleeping. That you'll find the idea, the thought will come. That not everything needs to be done by you. You don't need to have every single thing. You don't need to be around every single person, unless you, for one, or can take their energy. And that's just who you are, or you just want to lie to yourself because the embarrassment is way more of an issue for you than just going, okay, cool, but let people think what they think. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna chill out and go find what I want to find and do what I want to do. I don't need to put myself in all of this, get all of this, have all of this because of the criticisms of others, because there's no other thing. Because I guarantee you, how many people said, if I could just have me a shack somewhere, if I could just not and have to do all, if I could just go move on and live how I want to live with the freedoms that I want to have. How often do you hear it? But because you have this big old fart cloud of people telling you, oh, you can't live like this. You can't do like this. You can't be like this. You got to be like me. Be like this. This is what you need to do. Whatever you're doing. That's, man, you don't know how ridiculous that is? Tom, Joe, and Marin told me right there, the whole group told me right there, hey, that's dumb. So you need to think that it's dumb too, because, I mean, what else do? You got to think like me. I'm thinking, and I'm the only thing that's thinking in the world. Why think different? Because that scares me. You think different. You are different. You're not. So just go and think like me, and everything will be great. Everything will be cool, bro. Everything's good. You know what I'm saying? But, people don't have the faith, and that clearly bleeds out. It clearly goes out, to where it's like I need to work myself down to the ground, grind myself to just powder, because I can't look ridiculous. I can't go out in the world and not have. People are going to say things. People are going to look at me weird. People are going to be averse to me. They're not going to want to be around me because this is my lifestyle. Or this is a lifestyle that I was forced into because, well, the system. You know what I'm saying? The game systems we play, you know what I mean? It's running rampant. It's too expensive out here, all these game systems, you know what I mean? So we gotta chill out. But some people think, nah, screw that. And it's like, dude, I'm not about to do it. For my spirit and soul, knowing that that was the whole goal in the first place. The whole goal was to have me do this. Put me in this situation. Dude, I'm peeping game. I'm not. Look, I'm not about to stress myself like that for some other man. Some other woe man. It don't make no difference. Not to me. I think, you know what I'm saying, like I say, the mind and having that spiritual battle where the criticisms don't they fall on deaf ears, or even they're taken in and used, you know, for whatever. Like I said, man, it's your garden. You figure it out how you want to figure it out how you want to. But to take that criticism and try to plant in your garden, and now you got a bunch of weeds in your stuff that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? You got pests, you know, all kinds of issues, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, have that trust and realize that you don't have to. People will take over. If not, it wasn't meant to be. But for you to think, I need to go through this whole life and never get the spirit right, never check on the mental, never, you know, never really get it down to where, well, if I actually took away all the trauma and or at least worked on it or massaged that mentally, you know, had the time to go over it all, not be so afraid of what I know to be true. You know what I'm saying? Take on all these things that I think about all the time and I'm going, I don't want to do that. That's more important than thinking you need to go to Joe Schmo Town and then, you know, and go work for him for 50 to 70 years. It's like, or wherever, dude. It's like, man, that's more to life than that, right? Like, we are not figuring out that there are people suffering. Is it not more to life than working? Let's work to not have people suffer so much. That seems more important to me. Working on how to, you know, broadcast that this is more of a job to get people in line, aligned, aware, you know, or unaware, you know, whatever the case. Just think about something else, or put this into something else, get in a new space to do something else, to not have to have so many of those thoughts. The percentage levels can be lessened. This is more important to me than watching people go through the stress, go through the ups and downs, take themselves out to the fanciest, holiest restaurants, you know what I'm saying? Or wherever they go. Or what, you know, whatever dream they came up with, you know what I'm saying? Whatever thing they decided to mold up in their minds before they, you know what I'm saying? Infinity and beyond type, you know. Whatever they did, it's like, that's where they're going to go, and that's, you know, unfortunate that they didn't have time to dream up, dress up, get, you know, clean up, do whatever. So when they do go back wherever into, you know, their imagination, their dreams, that it's a nicer one, you know what I'm saying? Like if you really think about it, imagine you having these nightmares and these repressed emotions and all these things. Think it's nothing. Take a couple pills, slam down a couple burgers, you know, slosh around some Cokes. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you got to do, have a milkshake at the end. And never really, like, realize that, yo, I mean, how much worse is it going to be that you go into this space with all of this baggage that you keep accumulating through life, and now you have to literally, without this body, sit with it, with all the memories of this body, and sit with it. You literally can't go nowhere else now. You know what I'm saying? There's no body to work on it and do something with it to process it. You no longer have the antennas and the receivers and all that's gone now. It's all you're just stuck in that. That's not it, dude. You know what I'm saying? When you dream, you can't tell me it ain't. What is it then if we're dreaming? Let's be real about this. So if there's no body, and we know once we come out of this body and purely put ourselves into that dream state imagination world, is that not it? I want to have some fun, man. I remember going through, I ain't gonna really, but all kinds of gold, you know what I'm saying? I need some fun, high flying times. I want to see some crazy stuff. I want to go through, you know what I'm saying? It'd be a cool time, a fun time, you know what I mean? Not, baby mama drama and this, that, and, and my day bottom. No, I don't want that. I want to have, some nice dreams. You know what I mean? When I'm done with all this. And that's what all this is for, to get it out. Because if, this is the supposed sacrifice or whatever the case, all right then. But man, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like if this is it to not have to sit for eons and eons and millennia to deal with all that without this to help, you know what I'm saying? If I'm here, if I got to come back, it's going to be worse. Because now I got to, whatever I've accumulated, now it's still there. How much can I work on it? I'm going to be right back here. So it's just like, do you really want to do this again? Because you were blindsided by the 3D. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that your emotions and all that, and checking that your imagination, there's other ways and dimensions to go about this 3D form of life, other than just, we know this is hard and this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more than that, of course. Go to work and get the bid. It's more than that. It's more than that. So it's like, if that's the path you want to go, and, you're cool with, living nightmares for the rest of however long, and then you got to come back in and still try to figure it out. I don't know, man. It's a vicious cycle. But you got this.